one thing to think about real early on is whether your website is designed to achieve one or more of these tasks. Websites can be designed to attract people. These people can be members, donors, supporters, news people, whatever that may be. So your website could just be out there. Somebody does a search for the cause that you're affiliated with, that they find you. That could be an attraction mechanism. Your website can be purely experiential. You've already got people going to your website based on what you do. You're driving them there. But what you're doing on the website is you're really getting them to experience something altogether different. And that has a great impact upon them personally. That's an experiential concept. If you do that successfully, you can convert them from a bystander, if you will, into an advocate. Okay? That's a third step. That's a conversion discussion. From there, you might transact something. In some cases, you might say, you know, I've gotten you there. I've given you a great experience that you related to. You've psychologically converted from a bystander to an advocate for the cause I was talking about. And now I'm going to give you options to become an agent of change. And that may take multiple forms. It might just be a question of signing up for a petition. It might be a question of becoming a member for this organization and support it. It might be a question of donation. You know, it could take many, many forms. But we've taken the conversion, the psychological and emotional change that has happened within the person based on the experience they've had, into actually converting to do something transactional, right? Okay, now that's all wonderful. That's great. But the next step is really also critical. It's retention. And the goal is to then figure out how to retain the relationship that we've developed with that person. We've invested a lot of energy now. We've gotten them there. We've created an experience. We've converted them emotionally into the cause that we're due, so they become activists for what we're trying to do, or members, or whatever that may be. We've transacted something with them. Now we have to make sure that we have a mechanism to keep them coming back on a regular basis. When you look at your website as a nonprofit, start assessing where your strengths and weaknesses are. Are you attracting people successfully? Are you creating an experience that is meaningful and engaging? Are you converting people emotionally to take an action or become an agent of change? And are you giving them an opportunity to transact, to do something about it? And lastly, are you aggregating that information in a fashion that allows you to retain them down the road? If you start looking at these 5 parameters and you start assessing where your strengths and weaknesses are, you can figure out where to invest time and energy so you can maximize your strategy online. And that is probably one of the most important ways to look at a website and start dissecting where you can most impact the overall organizational benefit of a web strategy.